this debate, but perhaps will challenge its focus. When Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson halted the Higher Education Free Speech Act only a week before its commencement, she insisted that the Office for Students should instead, and I quote, be more sharply focused on the financial stability of universities, which rather implies knowing the price of everything and the value of nothing to me. Because when we discuss the challenges of a sector struggling financially, it does worry me if government or university senior management think that academic freedom is a dispensable lower priority and is valued less than propping up higher education institutions as businesses. I rather regret the marketisation of education that we've seen over recent decades. That's long since caused problems. It's undermined the core role of universities in terms of intellectual freedom. And academics are told to treat students as customers who need to be kept satisfied rather than offended or challenged. And students are educated to see degrees as commodities that can be bought and assessed via value for money metrics. I do regret such philistinism and its consequences. I am, for example, heartbroken to see the closure of many arts and humanities courses, to see wonderful academics lose their jobs, often told that because they don't tick the production of job-ready graduates, they're not relevant for 2024. I mean, what's the good of all that useless knowledge associated with philosophy, classical music, medieval history, and so on, that we're told? But realistically, I also think we do need to ask if we should keep universities, departments and courses open at any cost and have that conversation. And also, the question has to be asked, what price academic freedom in that context? Because when Vice-Chancellors and higher education NGOs, who lobbied the government to smother the Free Speech Act, said they were worried that the legislation could lead to universities being sued at a time that they were facing crippling costs, surely the government's reply should have been, well, you won't get sued if you promote and protect free speech on campus stridently. But also the government should say, you aren't a university worth its name if you don't understand that free speech is a core value, more valuable than anything else, and totally valuable to your existence. It was shocking that when it was revealed, when the Free Speech Union sent a pre-action protocol letter to Ms Phillipson, threatening a judicial review for the failure to commence the Free Speech Act, it was shocking when we found out that government lawyers noted that concerns had been raised by both university managers and senior managers about the consequences of the law on doing business with authoritarian countries which have restrictions on free speech. How grubby that because some British universities operate overseas students and don't want to lose out on the money, that they're prepared to compromise free speech. The fact that English universities want to boost opportunities for lucrative research partnerships, they don't want a piece of free speech legislation that might upset China or Dubai or Singapore. And as for attracting more international students, I don't in any way do anything other than endorse that. But the self-congratulatory tone that we've heard worries me, because too often international students are actually cynically treated as cash cows rather than welcomed here as some act of philanthropic generosity. And many of the overseas students that I've worked with over recent years have noted that they came here imagining that they would find free speech on campus as a value, and that actually, having left China, they found it even more restrictive to face some of the cancel culture on campus. So I would ask for a different set of priorities here.